In this section of the course, we're going to learn about metrics. Basically, like how to know if your ads work or don't work, what you should be looking for, basically how to plan how to manage your account. Now, there's a lot of metrics in Google Ads. I'm mostly going to focus on the ones that are relevant to Search Network. There are others, and the reason we really need to start with an overview is because you can see metrics at every level of Google Ads, and it's kind of annoying because every time you click into a new section, your metrics reset. You have to reset your columns and set them up. We're going to go over that here too. But basically, the best place to start is your all campaigns view. Come here to campaigns. And in the course, I'm going to refer to these as the black column, the white column. That's just what I refer to them in training. It's pretty explicit for where to go. And essentially, so as you're clicking through in like the black column and navigating, you can see I have some metrics here. Click through here. Now they're going to be different. Now they're going to be different, depending on if I go into ads. So they've shifted a little bit. So what happens is like when you're, the best thing to do is set up an MCC account. Like I have here, grossax.com. And this way, what happens is if you log into an account through your MCC, it syncs across every account that you own. If you log directly into the account, like if I log directly into Zodiac Collective, the metrics are gonna basically not be the same as in the MCC account. So always make an MCC account. But essentially, the annoying part of this, we'll go back to all campaigns, is when you modify your columns, there's these recommended ones, there's these locked ones. So the order will always have to change a little bit, but I'm just going to show you in this video how I set them up. I always clear, basically every time I go into a new level of Google Ads and my stuff is not in the right order, I go in and change it. And the metrics are going to focus on, this is going to show all of them: clicks, costs, impressions, CTR. I don't use interactions because those mean something other than clicks, so I'm not interested in it for this network. CPC, I'm not interested in average cost either. I use these impression metrics. And then here's the conversion metrics I like to use. I'm just going to click through them real quick so you can see the right order to set up columns. Now for search, I don't use a lot of this other stuff. They try to bring some business intelligence metrics in here. I don't know how this works. I use other tools for that. I don't think Google Ads is really where you should be getting your business intelligence. It doesn't really make sense to me. View through conversions are not really important in search. I don't think they even work for search. Maybe they do, I don't know. But we're not going to use those here. New customers, same thing. Let's try not to get business intelligence out of Google Ads. This you could skip. This you could skip. Attributes, sometimes we may use like bid strategy, so I'll put that in here. And then campaign ID can be useless if you're doing some reporting and some really cool data stuff. Campaign ideas are helpful if you work with an engineer or if you're doing some pivot tables. But yeah, optimization score, pretty useless. I'm not going to get into that in this course. Target CPA, target ROAS. We'll go into these more in bidding. Competitive metrics, these are all important, and they all mean something different, and we'll go into those later in this section of the course. Google Analytics metrics. Oh, good, I didn't realize I set this up. These are great to have, especially depending on the different types of campaigns you're running. They can be really helpful. So this is good to have. Not useful for e-commerce, not useful for e-commerce. This could be kind of helpful for some stuff if you're like a manager and you have a team. Or if other people have access to an account, you can kind of get some quick insights into, if something broke, why did it break? But change history is usually just down here, and you can look through that very easily. And that's all of them at the all campaigns level. So if we save this and apply it, you can see now I have like metrics in a certain order that I always like to use. So now, as soon as I click into here, boom, they're all gone. And now we got to do it again. So when you're really like new and setting this up, it's best to just know the metrics that you're going to use. So we're going to go through them again in the course. All your conversion metrics. And what's we don't need value adjustment. And again, I like to do them in order, so I'm just always looking at the same thing. You can move faster this way if you're working on a couple of accounts. And basically, the other thing that's interesting is there are some metrics that are only available at certain levels of Google Ads. So you can see here, like you can actually see it in where we are now, but basically in this level, we don't get some of these budget competitive metrics that we did at the all campaigns level. So you could see where there's search impression share by budget and rank. When you go inside a campaign, you only get rank. And now, so look, I'm in ad groups now, everything's different. So, or sorry, I'm in the campaign level looking at ad groups. And so this is one I just set up, no budget stuff. And then when you go into the keyword level, so now we're looking at actual keywords. Now there's other stuff. Now we get this quality score thing that just popped up that you can only see at this level. You used to be able to see it at all, I think a lot more places, and they changed it when they started consolidating keywords. We'll go more into that later. But basically, setting up a new account, like that's the thing. You don't really want to do this every single time you take on a new account. It's annoying. So get an MCC account, like set it up while you're logged in here. It'll automatically sync it across all your accounts. You only have to do it once. But again, when you start getting other channels like display, video, then you got to set up everything for all those campaigns, ad groups, ads. So it's kind of tedious, kind of annoying. I wish there was a better way to do it, but they didn't used to sync. So even in the MCC account, and you had to do it at every account every time. It was ridiculous. At that point, it was just better to use this report exporter. Still better to use this, but for some quick analysis and for this course, like I'll make another training on reports, but I'm not going to do that in this course. So this is the overview of the metrics. In the next couple of videos, what I'm going to do is break down each of these sections and just explain what each one is. Each metric is, what it means. There's some data in this account, so we'll be able to look through it. And that's what you can expect in the metrics section. And then after this, like we'll have navigated the account a couple times. We've looked at metrics of certain things. When we start getting into keywords, more information on campaigns and campaign types and setting stuff up and bidding strategies, it'll make a lot more sense after this section here with metrics.